Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tech Byte with Emoji J. I am your host, Emoji J, and this is a technology show that will discuss various topics and different technology equipment. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Scantron 5K's arcade machine, and we're going to talk to Neek16, who is a music producer, and we're going to talk to him about his hardware, and we're going to see if he can maybe perform a song for us later in the show. Um, I hope you enjoy it. We're going to also have a segment for history and technology where I'm going to talk about IRC, which is Internet Relay Chat, and we're going to talk about new technology, the WoW Cube, which is a entertainment system that's like a Rubik's Cube, and it has multiple screens on it, and you can twist it and turn it and play different games, and it can be used as an educational system. I hope you enjoy the show. Please favorite the gifters. Please favorite the guests. Please favorite myself by hitting the star at the top. And I'm going to show a short introduction of the show that I created. And here we go. Our first guest, Scantron 5K, has his own show called Dealing with Scan, and it's on Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern. He's the one that will be talking about his arcade machine that he had custom built for his home theater room, and then Nico will be talking about his music production career and what equipment he uses for his music production as well.
Emoji, what's the word,
All
gang?
right, let me make sure that I'm actually recording your voice this time
Okay.
because that was horrible. All right, say something.
Yo.
Okay, cool. All right, we're good.
All right, cool.
How you doing, man?
I'm blessed. Thank you for asking it yourself.
I'm doing all right. It could be better, but you know how that goes sometimes.
Okay.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell people where they can find you and what you like to do and where you stream at?
Okay, so my name is Nico. That's how you pronounce my name. That's my real name, which is Nico. I professionally and do business by Neek16, which is an artist name. It's a rudiment of Nico. I'm a top ad streamer. I'm a top streamer from Tag, TAGGED in the App Store, Google Play. If you guys don't got it, you might want to download it and check it out. Check me out on there. If not, you can catch me on here too. I stream on Meet Me as well, which platform I'm on at the moment. I know some of you guys probably on POF or Scout, but I'm on Meet Me at the moment. I stream Monday through Sunday. I don't have a set schedule because I own my own business, so I can schedule my own hours. So some days I only stream maybe 4 hours. Some days I stream six. So it depends on how I feel and how the stream is going. Also, I'm an audio engineer, music producer, recording artist, songwriter, content creator, brand ambassador, and also I'm a professional live streamer because I stated I am a top streamer on another platform. Also, I stream on TikTok as well. You guys can catch me freestyling on there, catch me turning up, doing my thing and everything. And that's a little bit about me as far as like characteristics. I'm a very humble individual and I'm a gentleman. So yeah, I'm a very humble individual and I'm a gentleman. You feel me? So that's a little bit about me.
Why don't we go into what hardware you use to record your music?
Okay, so I either use my HP which is a laptop. I use an HP laptop, but the specs of the laptop, it's an i7 processor. If you know anything about processors, that's a pretty good processor. Anything like around like i5 and up is pretty good. I'm pretty sure they're like on i9 now, but i7 is really, really just as good. It has a lot of RAM on it, a lot of memory on it. Also, that used to be my primary. Now it's my secondary laptop. I strictly use that laptop to make beats with. Reason being, I feel like I like to separate the two because I am a producer. So I want a laptop strictly for producing. And then my other laptop, which is my primary laptop, I don't really use that to make beats, but I could make beats on it. But the primary laptop is a MacBook. It's a MacBook Pro. I use a MacBook Pro for like my vocal recording, my mixing and mastering because I just feel like it's just like it's something about it. They both can do the same thing. You can both get the same amount of quality. It's just something about the MacBook when you just monitoring your sound and like just the workflow and everything is just on point for me because I'm an Apple guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I use iPhones, iPad. I stream on the iPad as well. Also, uh, that's what I use for the recording and stuff like that, as far as like digital. Now the hardware that I use, this is one of my favorite mics. This is a Apogee mic. It's called the Hype mic. It's called the Hype mic. It used to be roughly like $400. They $50 price cut now. You can get it for $350 on Amazon.com. You can get it for $350.com. It has built-in compression, which is dope. Most microphones don't have built-in compression, and you really need to like either buy a hardware compressor or you need to buy other compressor. And what I really, really like about this microphone, when you activate the compression on this, it has low noise. Most compressors have some slight white noise. You know what I'm saying? This has no noise when you cut on the compressor when you do it. So I really, really like this microphone, and it's a USB microphone. You can't beat this. So this is a high-end USB microphone. Most USB microphones cost like maybe $100, $50, 150 at the most, 200. This one is almost $400, but it's worth it. Trust me. It's a Hype mic by Apogee. Also, I use. Let's do it in category. We're doing microphone. So I also use. This is an NT1. They have the NT1 and the NT1A. I like the NT1 a little bit better because it has more of a flatter sound. It doesn't change anything, meaning it has less coloration than the NT1A, which is pretty good. When you're recording vocals, you want less coloration because when you're doing post editing and stuff like that to your vocals, you want your frequency to be as flat as possible. That way you can change and add the EQ and add that and stuff like that when you're doing it. It comes with it's standard on pop filter with the kit, which is pretty dope for your postals. Control that. Boom. Then let's come over here with it. This the MacBook that I was telling you guys about. MacBook Pro. Nice sturdy case, just in case it fall or anything like that.
Just in case you throw it and drop it? No, just kidding.
Facts. Then this is a legendary microphone. In case you guys don't know what this baby is, this microphone is the Shure SM7B. Was used by legendary Michael Jackson. You feel me? He recorded a lot of hits with this microphone. You can see this microphone used by a lot of radio broadcasters. So if you're a streamer, you might want to invest into this microphone if you want to get that Breakfast Club type of feel. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what the Breakfast Club it is, it's a popular radio show. They actually have a radio station and a show that airs on YouTube. A lot of YouTubers and everything use this microphone. This microphone is only $400. After tax, you're going to roughly pay like $430, $440, which isn't bad for a legendary microphone. Headphones I love using is the legendary Sony's, the Sony MDR 7506s. These is really, really good all-purpose headphones. Really have a flat frequency when you're listening to it, so you won't get a bad imaging of your sound. So you want the sound to be flat as possible, like I said. Jay, can you medium size Nico's box? Yeah, medium size my box.
I can't because you're on PC.
Oh, he's on PC.
I'm on PC, yeah. So I can't change the size of the boxes on PC.
So This is the microphone I was telling you about, just another edition of the microphone. So I have this microphone twice, which is the NT1. It's an NT1 microphone, pretty studio condenser microphone, pretty dope. The whole kit is only like 250, 300 bucks. You get the pop filter, you get the XLR cables, you get the microphone, pretty dope for like 300 bucks. So I got this microphone twice. And now let's get to the audio interfaces. I went through the microphones. Let's get to the interfaces. So I have the UR12 Steinberg, which is a pretty clean interface. Which I like this interface because it has when you put the headphones on, it doesn't get so loud to the point where you could cut this thing maximum volume, and when you cut it maximum volume, it's not an ear bleeder. You know what I'm saying? It get loud enough for you to mix, master your songs the right way, however you want to do it. It's a pretty smooth interface. My bad baby that I've been liking lately, it's the Volt One. It's called the Volt One. I love this interface because this interface, like if you see the buttons and stuff on it, it has vintage mode. Vintage mode means you can cut this thing on and it's gonna sound like that good quality 1970, 1980 type of, when like the Isley brothers and all those used to record music. It gives that analog type of sound. I really, really like this interface. This interface would run you about 150 to 200. You can find it on Amazon, Sweetwater, or Guitar Center. Also, I have the big brother of this, which is the Volt 176. It looks similar, but it doesn't. Has wood siding, wood panels. This has the vintage mode, but also has built-in compression. That compression is pretty dope. I dislike the white noise when you cut it on, but that's only in the headphones. It doesn't discolor your sound when you're using it. But this is the Volt 176, so it's like kind of like identical, but I call it the big brother because it has built-in compression, which the other one doesn't. But it also has vintage mode. Now this would cost you maybe 100 bucks more than the last one I showed you, because the other one, like I said, is like between 150, 200. This one's like 300, but it's worth it. Trust me. This is a $300 interface, but it sounds like a $3,000 worth of equipment with the built-in compression. This, then the third with it. Also, I make beats as well, so let's bring it over
I
here.
have a question. So, what do you suggest for noise cancellation for
I'm
microphones itself, not headphones?
I'm gonna tell you that in 1 second. If you give me 1 second. Now, as far as beats, I use this. I have a bigger version, but this is the 25 key. I have one with 47 keys. So this is made by Akai. It's called the Akai Mini. It has drum pads, or you can program it with sound effects. This, then the third. It has knobs on it where you can you can control the sound, make like moderate the sound, like a module. Have different knobs where you can cut up, control the sound. This, then the third. Also, it has pad control. This bad baby is only like, you can get this for like maybe 150. It's pretty dope. I got a lot of acoustic padding and stuff like that to make your sound reflect the sound. This, then the third. It also helps like keep the coloration and stuff going in this, then the third. As far as like performing, this is my performance mic of choice. I like to perform with this mic. It's a Samsung. This is a pretty good mic. I think I'm gonna end up keeping this, but also get Shure has a good performing mic too. It's a dynamic mic, uh, which I wanted to tell you that's what the Shure SM7B. So the reason being I have multiple microphones is because they all have their purpose and they all do different things. So the Apogee mic is it can be used for vocals, recording, this, that, and the third, but also can be a pretty good podcast mic, a pretty good live streaming mic as well. The Shure SM7B. Now, this microphone is a condenser mic too. I want to throw that in there. This is a condenser mic. It has multi-direction and this, that, and the third. The NT1 is a condenser mic as well, but it doesn't have multi-pattern. It's a just a standard condenser mic, but it's a pretty good studio quality sound. And the Shure SM7B is a dynamic mic. That is a dynamic mic. A dynamic mic plainly, not, I wouldn't say plainly, but it mainly focus on vocals. Dynamic mics, like just focus directly on vocals. So I've been using the Shure SM7B a lot because I'm a vocalist. I rap, sing a little bit. I'll be broadcasting. So that will be my first choice. This is my second choice because this is like an all-in-one mic. This mic, bro, I keep talking about this baby. For the price of this is impeccable. Um, also, to get to what you were saying about how to get low noise with the mic. So what you want to do is a lot of people think cutting your microphone up loud is how you get louder vocals or this, then the third. No, you want to keep your microphone in a good tone. So always monitor your input. So when you're inputting your microphone, make sure, in my opinion, I don't exceed -6 decibels. You feel me? I always make sure it's not hitting past that. Sometimes it hits past that after you add effects. Now to stop the noise and stuff like that, what Jay was talking about, you can either put a compressor on it. You could put a compression on it. Compression is really really good to cancel noise out. You could use the EQ to cut off some noise as well. You don't have to use them at the same time. You could use them separate or you could use them together. The EQ, you can sweep the low end and sweep the high end, and it'll take a lot of your room noise out. You know what I'm saying? Because your vocals mainly is in the middle of that sheet from 20 to 20. Your vocals will normally sit in the middle of the mix. So you can cut off the low frequency and you can cut off the high frequency, and your vocals is in the middle. So therefore, if you want to cut off a lot of noise, a lot of background noise, and this, that, and the third, EQ it. EQ to take the sweep the low end, sweep the high end. You're pretty good on that note. Or if that's the free method, or you can just buy a noise suppressor. They have different types of noise suppressor. You can get the NST, I believe. It's called NS1, and that's, I just told you what NS stands for. That means noise suppressor. And Wave sell that. Wave sell that. You can go to wave.com. You can buy their plugin. They have it on sale a lot of times, so you can buy it for $29.99. It's NS1, noise suppressor one, or they have different ones you can choose from. So I
How
definitely
much do those run about?
$30, $30, 29.99. It be on sale most of the time. When it's off sale, it's like $100 or $200. Waves plugins always have a sale. All you gotta do is just Google Wave plugins and it'll pop up. It's called an NS1. You feel me? And that's really, really good for getting rid of a lot of background noise. You know what I'm saying? The free method, like I said, cut your microphone down, make sure it doesn't hit past 10 or -6 dB. Some people sweet spots is -12. I like to add a little more flavor by having it like -8, -6, and I add a compressor if I want it to sound louder. It's like the compression is like a illusion. It makes that sound more rounder, which makes it louder versus you cutting your microphone all the way up. People be thinking you got to cut your microphone all the way up. You don't. You just compress it. So that's a way you can stabilize the sound, but make sure it cuts up.
How long does it usually take you to produce a song, like a whole song? Like,
From scratch, if I make the beat and everything, the beat might take me between 10 to 30 minutes on the fly. Sometimes I want to take my time with it. It might be 40, 45. No longer than an hour because I time myself. The beat, like I said, from 10 to an hour is the beat. And then vocals, it really don't take me that long. Like most my writing process, I either like I'll write a song and just like keep going over it, keeping over it until I can remember it. Or I freestyle most of my songs. So that's a perk, that's a blessing that I was blessed with. It's a gift that I can freestyle like about any and everything, any topic, any subject. I can freestyle about it. So I freestyle like 80% of my songs I freestyle. You feel me? And it's just go with the flow. So that speeds up the process a lot. Sometimes I can one take it and knock the song out right away and get it done with. And it's a blessing that I'm able to do that. So yeah, I'll say about an hour solid, hour max for a whole entire song. Like I'm talking about from start to finish. I'm talking about 100% from the beat, me recording it, me mixing and mastering it. It only takes me an hour, and that's pretty damn good if you consider mixing and mastering. And yeah,
this
D
is
word is a friendly word.
this is Tech Byte with myself, Emoji J. We're talking with Neek 16, and later on we're going to be talking to Scantron 5K about his arcade machine. Is there any tips you want to give anybody who's starting out producing or writing beats? Is there any tips that you could give them?
Sure. I'm gonna be brief on the last part of the segment. Because I also did mention I'm a professional streamer as well. I'm gonna use what emoji and all the greats use. Get OBS in case you guys want to have like different effects and stuff like that. For our streaming, get you a nice iPhone. Androids is cool, but for some reason iPhones are user friendly as far as like social media. It has a clearer camera for our social media. That's the only thing. Me personally, I love Androids because the specs and you get technical with Androids. They're pretty good for that. But far as like camera quality with social media, keyword social media, Androids and stuff have good cameras for us just taking regular pictures and regular videos, but for some reason it's not user friendly on social media. So get an iPhone. I use either the latest iPhone or iPad. iPad is a pretty good tool to use when you're streaming as well. The tips that I have for producers and stuff like that, try not to get indulged by listening to too many other producers or any other artists. For you artists, you rappers, singers, and stuff like that, it's okay to be a fan of someone, but don't indulge in their music too much because you're going to start sounding similar to them. When you're doing music and you're an artist, you want to try to sound like yourself as much as possible.
Right.
You don't want to remind them of nobody else. You want them to remind you of you. So when they hear you, they won't say, oh, he sound like J.R. Wright, or he sounds like Jay-Z, or he sounds like this person. They're going to say he sounds like Neat 16, he sounds like Emoji J. So try to be original as possible. It's good to get inspiration from other artists and inspiration from other people, but try to sound like yourself as much as possible. Be original because that's what's going to make you stand out. That's what's going to make people gravitate to you and your music more because you're bringing something different to the table. You have an individual likeness like no other, and that's going to make people really, really want to rock with you and be a fan of you.
Right on. Thank you, man. Do you want to plug where people can find you again?
Of course, you can find me on all platforms as far as my music. You can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, whatever music platform that you guys listen to. You can find me as Neek16. It's like you're about to say Nico, but you take the O out and put a 16 right there. So I'm going to spell it out for you. It's NEC16. Don't space it though. It's like saying one word. So that'll stop the confusion of you pronouncing it neck, because without the space, it won't be neck. It's like you saying one word, which is Neek 16 all together. And you can find me on any platform. For our streaming, I'm going by Nico because it's more user friendly, even though some people still kind of tweak with the pronunciation. I feel like it's a lot easier than putting Neek 16 because some people kind of mess up that pronunciation more than they see Nico. Nico is like more common to them. So it'll make them say, oh, Nico instead of neck or something like that. So you can find Nico on all platforms. I'm on Tag. I'm on TikTok. I stream on here. Like I tell you guys, I stream Monday through Sunday. If you don't see me on this platform, I might be on Tag. You don't see me on Tag, I might be on TikTok. And yeah, that's about me as far as like streaming my music and streaming me as an individual.
Do you mind performing a song for us? Do you have time for that?
Of course, I will definitely like to perform for you guys. You might have to bear with me. I wish I would have already had this hooked up.
Oh, you're good, man. Once again, this is a Tech Bite with myself, Emoji J. After Nico performs a song, we're gonna have a Scantron 5K come up in the box and talk about his
Let me see. You can hear me?
Thumbs up if you can hear me, guys. I believe you can. Think we're good.
Loud and clear.
Yes, sir, ski. So this mic I'm finna perform with, it's it's the hype mic by Apogee. Cut me up a little bit more. There we go. Yes, sir, ski. Alright. Alright, so I'm actually gonna perform one of Emoji J's favorite song, which is Just Like Dice. I'm finna rock out for y'all real quick. I'm gonna play the non-explicit one because I'm pretty sure he's recording a show. I want it to be user friendly. So let's go. You feel me? I know you looking, but are you filming? Lush. 16 minutes. Just like dice, the way I'm rolling. I got money, so I show it. I set a date like I'm heroic. Cause I got words like I'm a poet. Just like dice, way I'm rolling. I got money, so I show it. I set a date like I'm heroic. Cause I got words like I'm a poet. Just like dice, the way I'm rolling. I got money, so I show it. I set a day like I'm heroic. Cause I got words like I'm a poet. It's the modern day Langston Hughes, banking blues. Diamonds, they shining, got on amazing jewels. Mister, get up out my way, make some room. Cause I am never stagnant, I'm always making moves. Not an emperor, but found a new groove. Pharaoh in the flesh, I'ma need a tomb. It's the sun shining, no type of gloom. Flashing like lightning across your views with a vivid radiance. Swag out of this world, like it live with aliens. Live in the States, but some of my jewelry made by Canadians. I'm winning like Tom Brady did when he played for the Patriots. That's why these rings I got on look like I won Super Bowls. It's Mr. Make a Honey Nut, no Cheerios. Mr. Put a op in the box like cereal. I'm a king, no butter, but I'm imperial. Just like dice, the way I'm rolling. I got money, so I show it. I set a date like I'm heroic. Cause I got words like I'm a poet. Just like dice, way I'm rolling. I got money, so I show it. I set a date like I'm heroic. Cause I got words like I'm a poet. Just like dice, the way I'm rolling. I got money, so I show it. I set a day like I'm heroic. Cause I got words like I'm a poet. Yes, sirski. That song called Just Like Dice is on all platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, YouTube, whatever you could think of. That song is on all platforms.
Thanks again, man. I appreciate it.
Most definitely, bro.
If you want to let yourself out of the box, that'd be great. Thank you again
Okay, bro.
for doing the show once again.
Most definitely. I hope you have a blessed night, bro.
Jay, what's up, brother?
How you doing, man? Thank you for doing this again. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Just while he was rapping, that was dope. And I was watching the Indians, man. Like the Yankees just hit a 2-run home run. I'm like, are you serious? It was tied 1-1, man. So
Who you betting on?
nobody. I mean, I'm rolling with the Indians. You know what I'm saying? But I just, I'm a diehard Browns fan. You know that. But the Indians is a home team. You know.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody?
Yep, absolutely. So I'm Scantron 5K. I stream on POF. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and sometimes Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I do have a featured show. It's called Dealing with Scan that takes place on Wednesday nights at 11 o'clock. I just recently got a featured show. I'm going to episode number 3 will be tomorrow night, season 2. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. You know, I love to run. I run marathons competitively. I'm an avid gamer. I love playing video games. So we're going to talk about tonight, my arcade machine. And so yeah, that's pretty much about me, Jay.
Right on. So tell us a little bit about your arcade machine.
Yeah, so a little bit about arcade machine. You know, it's called a Megacade, and so sorry, I'm trying to say it's kind of weird. All right, so it's a Megacade. So you know, it's custom made from the ground up. You know, these machines take about 9 months to be made. As Jay's showing, that's the process of what a Megacade looks like. 50-inch monitor, TV monitors put into it. You can choose your monitor, what you want. You know, I'm very picky about what I want on my machine. So I had a high-end TV sent down there. They also have a static marquee, which is your traditional marquee. You go to arcades back in the 80s and 90s. We now have marquees that are called active marquees. So these marquees are animated, they're motion. They have a lot of things moving around inside the marquees above, where you can see right above there. So, you know, it's a 4-player. You can get a 2-player. It's called a stealth. Same kind of concept, but this is a Megacade. Megacade usually has 4 players. The stealth has 2. But there's other machines they have as well, but Megacade seems to be the most popular machine to go with to get that traditional arcade feel.
Right on. So how much does one of these machines cost? Or
Yeah, good
about?
question, Jay. Yeah, absolutely. So they vary. You know, again, it depends what you want on it. So, you know, as you can see, this guy right here, he's going to be putting an active marquee. So that marquee right there is about another $1,300. So they can go from average from 7 grand up to $10,000. My machine is exactly what you see right there. So it's about, you know, $10,000 is what I've spent for my machine. So you know that, you know, again, it goes anywhere from fully customizing it to making it bare bones. Bare bones is literally just, you know, what it comes, what you get standard, what needs to be operating.
Am I looping the video, or did I loop it, or?
No, I see it right now. No, it's moving on. They're building it.
All right, it just takes this long. All right, I see. All right, the
Yep.
progress bar wasn't showing up. So, what's your favorite games that you like to play on here?
Oh, all the classics, Jay. All the classics, my man. That's another reason why I want an arcade machine. You know, go back to my childhood day. You know, all the Dig Dugs, Pac-Mans, Galaga, Space Invaders. You know, you name it. And then you go to the arcade machine games. You know what I mean? Like all the Narcs, NBA Jam Tournament, Mortal Kombat's. You know, you name it, we got it. We got all your previous games growing up as a child in the 80s and 90s, all the way to your present ones, up to, you know, we got about 85-90% of the Dave and Buster games. Techno Parrot, Patreon, which is users pay like a $5 fee a month. You get early access to Techno Parrot, which is those are the games from Dave and Buster's. But it's got everything, Jay. It's got everything, man. You can't. There's nothing you can't. I can't. I don't want a machine I don't have.
Right on. Did you? Let me play that other video that you sent me of the arcade machine itself, the one that you have.
Yeah, and so, you know, oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. So this is my arcade machine. This is, you know, that marquee up there, that was custom made for me. I'm a diehard Browns fan, so, you know, one of the guys in our arcade group, you know, you know, you can pay $30. They make your own, you know, intro videos. We call them themes right there. You're looking at those are called RGB. That's red, green, blue. That's Blinky. So those are customized Blinky buttons that you can customize from startup to make them dance and do different things. You can also customize your player 1, 2, 3, and 4, different colors. I can do different themes for the holidays. If I want to do whatever I want to do, it's fully customizable. That's another good thing about RGB, Jay, is that's, you know, that's an upgrade. So those buttons also light up into the game specific colors. So like there's arcade game back in the day in the 80s and 90s. If you had you know, NBA Jam tournament, right? Red, green, blue, it would show up. Or white, I'm sorry, white, blue, and red. Those were the buttons of the NBA Jam tournament. So those buttons would light up specifically, all 4 players. So, you know, my friends come over, they're not trying to figure out what buttons to push. They light up, they know what buttons to push.
You want to? Can you show us an example of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me try to turn this around. It's a little challenging here because let me see here. Here we go. So right now, this is cool. So you're going to see these. Actually, this is called dance mode. So what they're doing is they're dancing until it goes into a game that it's going to spin. So the wheel right now, I think it's in the computer wheel, which is Bomberman. So if I move it, it's already in a system. So then it'll light up accordingly if it has RGB. So this game doesn't have RGB, so there is not going to light up. So I'll just back out of this, and that was the Nintendo 64 wheel. What'll happen is it'll just click real second. It's going to like take a second to reset. These will all light up once it configures to the system. What did you want me to show you, Jay? You want me to show you a game?
Yeah, a game that lights up with the game running, if you can.
We got all the Marios. See how it just resets. So now these buttons light up, and it goes into the system. Let me go to Arcade Classics. Let me go in here. So Arcade Classics, this is like where your traditional arcade classic games are at. This is your 4-player joystick. So if you want to play like, Pac-Man or, all your 4-play games, Dig Dug, whatever, you can have that specifically. These are your, 8-way joysticks. These are haptic feedback joysticks. These are high-end feedbacks, full motion. This here button here, Jay, is like a mouse. This is your left click. This is your right click. This is also a switch over here to deactivate the mouse buttons. These are spinners. Back in the day, asteroids and Galaga and all that stuff. You can just, move these. And I can show you a little bit later about how someone in our arcade group designed a wheel for our steering wheel games. So as you can see, I don't know what this game is called, Punkodon, whatever. So it shows you the 2 buttons that light up for this game. That's my start button. That's my coin button. I plan to put on like, we have these little inserts that we can put in here for player 1, and then it has a coin, like it has like the coin symbol you can put on there. So I have those. I plan to put those on my machine. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it. Then it goes alphabetical. So you don't have to go through the category. You can go scroll right down here at the bottom. Boom, click right on the ends. We're going to go in the ends. And then we come in here, and then I can go straight to like NARC. So NARC, you can see now the colors change. You can't really see because of the camera,
Right.
But it's 2 red, blue, then green. Same thing for player 2. NARC was a 2-player game. It wasn't a 4-player game, just a 2-player arcade. And as you can see here, the mouse buttons will light up red, blue, and green. That's what the colors were in the arcade machine. We'll get the NBA Jam. So
Really
Jam
quick.
tournament.
Really
so
quick.
Like I said, so
really
you got
quick.
a 4
This
player,
is.
player
I'm
4,
just gonna.
player 1,
I don't think
player
you can hear me.
2, player 3. That's another reason why I'm going to put these coins and these logos on here so you can see. But again, white, red, and blue. I don't know if you can see that, Jay, or not, but that's typically there's white, red, blue, and it does it for all of them. There's your green. It's your start button. Same thing, white, red, blue. And I programmed them all like this specifically for this game, and this is fully customizable. Again, it shifted out because now it went back to the mode where it's going to start searching for the game. This is a trackball, same thing. Actually, I got to replace this because it's actually going out. So same thing, it goes red, green, and blue. But right now it's really dim because I actually deactivated it because the color's going out. But yeah, that's usually how it works, Jay.
Can you hear me now?
And again, so this is the active
can.
marquee. You got the basketball moving around. That doesn't come standard. That's where the guys in our arcade group, they designed this. They have a lot of fun with these marquees. It's a special bonus. That's a lot of people why people get these active marquees, because it brings more of illusion when you're playing the game.
Can you hear me?
Again, so it's going to start
Scantron, can you hear me?
until it goes into another game.
Scantron. All right, so
Pick up over.
yeah, so why don't you can you like play a quick game just to show us really quick?
It's gonna be hard because I got to hold my phone.
Oh, good point.
The way I got. Yeah. If I knew that, I'm sorry. It's it'd be kind of challenging. I have to move something over to turn the camera.
No, you're
around.
good. Why don't you talk about like how long it took for
Yeah.
the machine to be built, and then what kind of custom options you had put in there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's really important to know that. We do have an arcade group. So there's about 2,000 of us. It's called EHU Extreme Home Unite Group. So Extreme Home Arcade Group. We have a group. When we started off, probably was like 300-400 of us. So now we're pushing up like 2,200 of us in there. So it's outside of the company.
We got a guy that works in Milwaukee Brewers. He's their hot. Speak right. He is the IT guru for the Milwaukee Brewers. So he does everything for the Milwaukee Brewers. So he's very, very smart with computers. We've got another guy that does all of our marquees, specifically the motion animated marquees. We got another guy that does a lot of computer programming for a lot of the new drives. So we had a drive before called, right now we're on the drive called Mega. So before the Mega, we had it's called the Manhattan Project. The owner of Extreme Home Arcades had a drive, about 10 terabyte hard drive. We want to ramp that up and get all the new games. So the Manhattan Project took about 6 months. We took it to about 14 terabytes. Now then we got on the Manhattan Project, which was running Hyperspin. We got away from Hyperspin, which is the front end emulator for MAME and all your games, because a lot of these are ROMs, so they're emulators, as you're aware of. And so now we're running Big Box Launchbox. So Big Box Launchbox is an amazing program. It always gets updates. Like Hyperspin is very outdated. They don't even update it anymore. It's just an old
Yeah, I
program.
messed around with Hyperspin a little bit.
Yeah,
It's good to know that it's not really being updated because it's a lot to download.
yeah, you know that, Jay. It's just it's very outdated, right? So, but with Big Box Launchbox, you pay a one-time fee of $50. You pay that fee one time a year, and then you get all. They have like covers of like all the games. Like it's so customizable. Like they're constantly getting software updates for it. Just amazing things.
One
So
really quick. Once again, this is Tech Byte with Emoji J. We're talking with Scantron 5K about his arcade machine, which is very extensive, and it took about how long to build? You said
yeah, 9 months. Yep.
9 months.
Yeah, 9 months. That's from the order of the placing it to where you're actually getting delivered. And then it goes into like the whole process is like they take a deposit, right? So we know the machines are expensive. Like I mentioned earlier, it starts with 7,000, get up to about 10 grand the max. About so then you make a deposit $500. Then the owner himself, Dave Lewis, Extreme Home Arcades, will contact you via email saying, hey, here's what we got, here's all the things we got. Go to our webpage, choose what you want. If you don't know, I'll walk you through the process. Another reason why we have our group on Facebook, which we do Wednesday night meetings where we all get together, we talk about arcade machines, we have fun, we offer live support to new users to get their machines. And so, you know, he tells you what you want, you go through what you want, whether you're joysticks to flight sticks to spinners to, shooting guns to whatever, right? We've got it all. So from that moment there, then it takes about 9 months. So my computer, Jay, I, want to future proof it. So when I got my machine 2 years ago, I thought to myself, like, it's going to be a big investment. I don't want to be like dealing with things down the road. So obviously I got a high-end TV monitor from Samsung, top of the line, 120 hertz, because I also run my PS5 on here. And another good thing about this machine is it has OBS built inside of it, right? So there's a lot of programs inside this machine that I actually already have, so I don't have to worry about downloading anything. A lot of our tech guys do everything for us. There's no additional fees. They do it for the owner. The owner compensates them, and there is no, pay additional fee for that. It's just part of the service. Another good thing about this company, Jay, Extreme Home Arcades in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, is they offer lifetime updates for free. So like we just got this new Mega Drive. It took about 7-8 months for these guys to make it. And now we have 18 terabytes max, right? So when you send your hard drives in, you pay for shipping. The owner only makes you pay for shipping. He gives you free updates, hard drives, doesn't make you pay for anything. So that's another good thing. But my machine's literally got it all, Jay, from the LED ring down below to, like I shared with you, RGB buttons, to flight sticks, to steering wheel, I got a Wii on here. I also have a Nintendo Wii. So we got the Wii sensor bar. That's an additional thing I paid for. So I've got the Wii nunchucks, the Wii controllers. So it's got everything that you really can possibly think of all in one big system. Another thing I mentioned before, Jay, if you don't want a mega cave, which is if you don't have a room in your house, you are able to get a pedestal. Has the same as that concept. It's not nearly as big. The pedestal is just like a pedestal, like a computer desk. And then you can just hook that up to like a TV monitor. They also have a game box. So maybe you don't want a pedestal. You can just have a square box, like a rectangle. You can put it on a shelf, connect your HDMI cable to the TV monitor, and you're good to go. So you have 3 options you can choose from. Obviously, the game box is way cheaper. The pedestal is a little bit higher than the game box, and then it goes to the Mega Cave. And again, they're all customizable. So the game box can be 2 player, can be 4 player. Same thing with pedestal 2 player, 4 player. But the Megacade is literally the same thing, hard drive and everything, but it just gives you that true and aesthetic arcade feel.
Right on. Yeah, once again, I appreciate you coming by and everything again. Why don't you plug your show one more time and tell everybody where we can find you?
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. And thank you for the opportunity to come on your show. I appreciate it. My show is on Wednesday nights. It's 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. It is called Dealing with Scan. That's where you can find me. If you want to look me up on Instagram, it's Scantron5K. If you want to be a guest on the show, you just message me. And also just want to give a shout out, Jay. Jay does all my videos for my game show. So Jay does an amazing job every week. I'm sending him my new guest. Jay will turn around, pluck them in. Jay, I appreciate you, man. Much love. I appreciate all the work you do for me on the app. Appreciate everything you do for everybody else on the app, man. It's been an honor and pleasure to be able to work with you and have a piece in my future show. So I appreciate you.
Absolutely. I'm more than willing to help. Thank you, man. Um,
Uh,
if you want to tell everybody your Instagram really quick.
yeah, absolutely. Again, so it's Scantron5K is where you can find me on IG. I also have it in my bio as well. There is an attached link to IG as well. I don't have to run on time real quick, Jay. Can I show you something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So this is what I was telling you earlier. So these are the steering wheels. Sorry, I'm spinning here. So these are the steering wheels that one of the guys makes in our arcade group. It's not sold by the company. So there's 3 screws. I don't know if you can see those. So these are just Phillips screws, and you just take these and you put them on top of the spinner. And then the guy who makes Mamba's Basement, he's an engineer. And that's another good thing about our arcade group is a lot of these guys are really, savvy and computer savvy and things like that. So if you have spinners, this is not something that EHA offers. He sells these $50 a piece. You can custom mold the color which you want. And then you just screw those on the top of the spinners. And these literally are just your steering wheel. So if you're playing pole position, whatever racing games, whatever, those are your steering wheels. So again, that's another thing that that we're able to play is your steering wheel games. Again, this is my flight stick, so I have flight games on here and all that good stuff. So
And you have a light guns too as well, right?
yes, I do. Those are called Sendens, Sindes, from a guy named Andy Senden. He did a Kickstarter back 2 years ago. Those are amazing guns, top of the line. They're mold injected. They're mouse infused, and they run. They're not like a sensor bar. You don't have to have a sensor bar. So literally, it is a white bar, a little white bar that goes around the TV monitor, and the eye picks up on, keeps it in that frame of that box. So it's an amazing gun. There's red, blue. So these are the guns. They have all your D-pads, your buttons. And they have a recoil. Cool. It's just a recoil. So like when you reload, you just do like that. Really dope. They come in black, red, blue. Really amazing as well. Yep.
All right. Thank you. Thank you once again, man. If you want to exit yourself out, that'd be
I will.
appreciated. And have a good night. Appreciate it.
You too, Jay. Here. Thank you for the opportunity.
So this segment is called New Technology, and basically I will talk about new technology that's out for the month, I guess, or within the year. And tonight's segment is for the WoW Cube. The WoW Cube is an entertainment system. It's like a Rubik's Cube. You can twist it various directions, and it has screens. Um, Basically, it could be used for educational purposes and or entertainment purposes. And there's no buttons on it, but you can actually um, just twist things and then shake it to activate where a button would actually be. The price of it is about $299, and it's called the WoW Cube. So I'm going to show a couple of pictures of the WoW Cube. Um, Here is one picture of it. As you can see, it's a Rubik's Cube, and it has a game on it right now. You can, you twist it and it does various things, and you can also make it like a widget and have time on it and different stuff like, you would for like Amazon Echo or whatever. Um, Here's another view as what I was talking about with the widgets. It's a pretty good system for what it is. It's kind of a little bit pricey, about the price of a home console system like a Wii or whatever, but um, it's for kids and it's for adults as well. Here's the inside of the machine. See if I can make that a little bit bigger. Here's the oh, let's see. Here's the inside of the machine. Let's see. Sorry guys, 1 second. Here's the inside of the machine. It's very detailed and it has a lot of components in it, and you can see the screens and the circuit boards for each cube. Here's another view of it, another game that comes with it that you can play. You can see how it turns and how the screens turn with the game. The price of it is $299, as you can see, but once again, it's well worth it if you want to, you have children that need like an educational type of machine, or if you just want to play the games on it yourself, you can, or whatnot. Once again, everybody, this is Tech Byte with myself, Emoji J, and this has been an excellent episode with Nico, Neek16, performer and a producer, music producer, and Scantron 5K, who is also has an arcade machine, and he runs marathons and has a game called Dealing with Scan every Wednesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern.